Tragedy and turmoil. Young mother pleads for justice following healthcare incident.
Hi, good afternoon. This is the young mother, the young 24-year-old mother who has been in the maternity ward from since June the 4th. Right? I had a procedure done where I had an emergency C-section. Right? So when I finished the procedure, right, I was in and out of sleep. I was drowsy, so I fell asleep and I got up like about 1:30 in the morning. When I had gotten up, I noticed that my gown was drenched in blood, my sheets, everything was in blood, right? So I raised up my clothes to see where the blood exactly was coming from, right? When I raised up, I saw that my incision was bleeding very heavily and the blood was clotting up. So I called one of the nurses and I asked the nurse for assistance, right? The nurse came with 2 maternity pads, right? Not no gauze, not no cotton. 2 maternity pads she bring and go to tape it down over the cut, over the dressing. Sorry. I told her, I said, ma'am, do you think that is making any sense? Because the tape is on my cut itself, it on the stitching itself, you're naturally seeing, right? The woman, she going up in she gear, she had she attitude, right? She left. When she left, I assume, well, when she coming back, she going and get something else, to do it better or whatever, right? Not knowing, she took off the light. I didn't pay that no mind because it was late in the morning, it had other patients, that kind of stuff. So I waited like about a half an hour until I see she is not coming back. So I couldn't walk properly. I still can't walk properly. I got up, I dragged myself off the bed, and I walk and hold on until I reached 201 to get a doctor to see body dressing for me. Right? So what exactly happened after that is that the doctor, she came to see body dressing. She did with me very nice. I had no problems with that doctor at all whatsoever, right? Fast forward to the next day, which is June 5th. This woman, she never gave me no pain medication, no antibiotics, nothing, right? So my boyfriend came was to drop some food from the teeth. She fly in the room. Wait till he bring the fire, wait till you're going and eat. You had to let me know everything you're going and eat. Bear in mind, my doctors, which is Unit C, right, dealt with me and they let me know I could go ahead and eat now and, once I'm not vomiting. But if I am vomiting, let them know, right? So me and my boyfriend was having a conversation. So I's only human. So I was cussing when I was talking. Apparently she was passing by and she overheard the conversation and she pulled the blind and she was like, what's going on here? Right? She hear cussing. I said, but me and my boyfriend is having a conversation. Right? You going up in your gears and started giving me attitude and all kind of things. So I tell you, we just talking normal. It's nothing out of the way. It's nothing to be alarmed about, nothing to be concerned about. Right? She left, and 2 minutes after, 2 security guards came to escort my boyfriend off the ward. When I asked them what was he being escorted off the ward for, they turned and said the nurse told them that I was being abused up there and he he verbally, nobody threatened that woman, nobody cursed that woman, right? Before I leave, right, I asked her, I said, can I get my pain medication and my antibiotics? She told me no, right? I asked her, if it is, I can sign the papers for me to leave. She told me no, right? So she was still trying to talk for me, and she was moving aggressive to the point where she was walking up to me, right? So I took the files where I got angry. My files are just based off of papers, no textbook, no hard-covered plastic, no nothing like that, right? I held the files towards her, and when I held the files just open out and just fly all over the place. That lady did not get hit in no way. As I said before, nobody did not threaten that lady in no way, right? Lady, when I had held the files towards her, right? No, I fast forwarding. After I walked off the ward and I reached in the car park by A&E, a police jeep pulled up alongside with SWAT officers that is family members to the lady, right? Don't ask me how I know. It's because when she was in A&E trying to get a medical for something that did not happen to her, right? I overheard the conversation, right? No, I almost, when the police arrested me yesterday, they didn't put a handcuff on me. They had detained me. They carried me to the Belmont police station, where I had to give a report, a statement stating what went on exactly and them kind of stuff, right? But on my way to the station, the officers noticed that I was bleeding, so they brought me back to the A&E. Right, they told me, they said, ma'am, I cannot charge you, I cannot lock you up knowing that you just come out of surgery and you're bleeding like this, right? Come back to A&E now. When I reach back here, it's because the doctors from Ward 202, they saying that they don't want to see about me, which was all well, cool and fine, right? I sat in A&E from 6 p.m. yesterday to 2 o'clock in the morning with stitches in my belly where my cut is still currently bleeding, and I get in a lot of pain because they haven't given me any kind of medication, right? I got a bed now after 2. The nurses on them, the doctors on them on that side, they deal with me really well, right? They deal with very, very nice people. I have no complaint about them. They woke me up about 6 o'clock this morning and told me that they are moving me from there to bring me on Ward 3, which it is. I arrived to the Ward 3. Nurses and doctors here were really nice, right? But the thing about it is, when I came here, the doctors and them asked me if I am the girl who was being abused. I said, being abused in what way, right? So they called downstairs here and told them that my boyfriend was abusing me upstairs, which there's cameras that you can see, right? None of that never happened. Me and my boyfriend were just having a normal conversation, right? I am currently at Ward 3. I haven't seen a doctor for the day. I haven't gotten no kind of medication. The Ward 3 staff, they pass and they're checking up on me, they're making sure I'm okay. But I have to wait for my doctors to come. And now hearing that they're saying that they don't know if they will be coming or not, it's very unfair to me. Because what if something is really wrong with me. That is why I'm bleeding so heavy and them kind of stuff. When will I know? Would I know when I die? Well, would I know when something bad happens? I am calling on the Ministry of Health to get some kind of I don't know, some kind of help with this, because I am suffering from postpartum depression and anxiety, right? So why do I have to go through all of this? Because your nurse was she was very angry. I don't know, she is a very angry person. I wouldn't like to tell you. I really need some kind of justice for this, because losing a baby is hard, but going through this while you're grieving is even harder.